Ultamize. Most people who want to become motivational speakers are waiting for a stage, waiting for someone to invite them, waiting for the moment when they feel ready. And it all sounds reasonable because the image in your head is very clear: a big room, a big stage, an audience, a microphone. And you think, that's when I'll start speaking. But let me tell you what actually happens. Someone finally gets that opportunity and they struggle, not because they're not smart, not because they don't have something valuable to say, but because they've never really practiced speaking in a real and repeatable way. I've seen this over and over again. Someone gets asked to speak at a company meeting or a conference, and even just in front of a small group. Suddenly, everything changes. They start overthinking. They script everything in their head. They rehearse silently instead of speaking out loud. And the moment comes, they open their mouth, and within the first 30 seconds, you can see it. They're a little tight. They're trying to remember what comes next. They're not really connecting. They're performing instead of communicating. Now, compare that to someone who's spoken out loud 30, 40, 50 times recently, not on a stage, but just speaking, working through ideas, hearing themselves, adjusting. That person walks into the same room and they feel different. Not perfect, but comfortable because they've done it before dozens of times, maybe hundreds of times. Let me show you the difference in a simple way. There's the bad version. You're standing there thinking, don't mess up, don't forget your points. And everything you say feels careful, filtered, slightly unnatural. There's a better version. You're thinking, I've said this before. I know where I'm going with this. Now your voice relaxes, your pacing improves. You actually sound like yourself. Here's the shift. Stop thinking of speaking as something that happens occasionally. Start thinking of speaking as something you do regularly, daily, because occasional speaking creates pressure. Regular speaking creates comfort. Now, let me give you a real world example. I've worked with executives who are incredibly successful, smart, experienced, confident in their business, some of them billionaires. But the moment they have to get in front of a group, everything changes. Why? Because they don't actually practice speaking. They prepare ideas. They don't practice delivery. And then I've seen people with less experience, but far more repetition. They speak more often. They hear themselves more often. They adjust more often. And when it's time to speak in front of others, they come across as more natural, more confident, more believable. Here's the idea I want you to start using immediately. I speak out loud regularly, not occasionally. That's it. That one shift changes everything. Because your problem is not lack of opportunity, it's lack of repetition. And repetition is something you can control every single day. You don't need a stage, you need practice. You don't need permission, you need repetition. And once you start doing that consistently, something interesting starts to happen. You stop thinking about becoming a speaker because you already are one. You're just getting better at it. By the way, quick question for you. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to consume content and how hard it is to actually do anything with it? I mean, you can listen to 100 episodes, read 10 books, and your habits are exactly the same. That's the gap most people never close. So if you're listening to this and thinking, yeah, I want to actually improve, go to ultimize.com. We've got free courses there for you, either on communication skills or building better habits. And it's designed to get you to actually use what you're learning, not just hear it once. No cost, no catch. Just go to ultimize.com and start.